Katie.
Lester, thanks. There was a party at Neverland Ranch over the weekend, an outpouring of support for Michael Jackson just days after child molestation charges were filed against him. The theme for his hundreds of fans, friends, and family members was, "You are not alone." Longtime Jackson friend and author of Filmmaking for Dummies, Bryan Michael Stoller, was there. Mr. Stoller, good morning.
Good morning, Katie. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Can you describe the mood at this party?
The mood was very uplifting. You know, it was people that were there to support Michael. Were in a holiday mood, and everybody feels that Michael is innocent, and they were just there to support him and to show them that he has a lot of love and support, there for him.
Was there any mention of the felony charges hanging over his head right now?
No, I mean, everybody knew why they were there, but there was no reason to talk about that.
In fact, I understand there were some young people who got up and spoke, I guess had testimonials, and spoke about what Michael Jackson had meant to them. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, actually it was very touching, and the thing about the event was there were no teleprompters, nobody was prompt to say anything, certain things. One individual, his name is Mike, I believe he's 17 or 18 years old now. He was born with a disability, and I had met him some time ago, and he was there, and he went up and spoke on his own accord. And when I first met him, he was in a wheelchair, and he actually wrote to Michael, and I think it was through one of Michael's charities that he was able to reach Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And finally he was able to meet Michael, and Michael told him that he could walk again. He could get up. He could be a normal person. And I saw him again about a year later, and he was on crutches, and then he put the crutches down, and he was walking around the house at Michael's house. And Michael was crying. I mean, it was very, very touching. And he said that Michael really saved his life. I mean, if it weren't for Michael, he wouldn't have believed that he could walk again.
Was Michael Jackson at this party? Did he make an appearance? Was he there the whole time?
Yes, Michael was there, but this was originally actually going to be a surprise party for Michael, but an event like this couldn't have been kept a surprise, especially when the whole world was going to know about it first. He actually sat in the audience in the front with his family, and it was a show of support for him. It was all the people that cared about him, that care about him, that love him,
right?
And to show that he's not alone.
Bryan, there were a lot of children at the party, many with their families. Was there any feeling that at this point in time it might not be the greatest idea to invite lots of children to the Neverland Ranch?
No, I think what this was is when Michael learned that this party was going to be, that there was a party planned for him, he's the kind of person that gives back. And he said, well, I don't want everybody coming just to support me. I want to give something back. This is the holiday season. So he wanted to make sure that family and friends were able to come to Neverland and take advantage of the property. I mean, it's like Disneyland.
Right.
To play on the rides, to meet the animals. And Michael really, I mean, he pretty much stayed with his family, so he didn't interact with a lot of the families. The families were there to spend time together, to enjoy themselves, to have food, to go on the rides, and all that. So no, I don't think it was inappropriate at all.
Well, Bryan Michael Stoller, we appreciate your time this morning, and hopefully we'll talk with you again in the future. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Katie. Thank you.
And still to come this morning on Today, Miss Savannah held